Changing oil seems like the simplest maintenance task. Drain it, pour in the new stuff, and move on. But that's where the problem begins. Most serious engine failures start exactly after an oil change. One sloppy detail, one ignored check, and you may be wearing down your engine without noticing. No smoke, no warning light, just silent wear mile after mile. These slip-ups aren't rare. They happen every day. So before your next oil change turns into a loss, it's worth paying attention. Here are 9 actions you should never take after the change, and a final bonus that even experienced drivers usually ignore. Let's start with the trap in mistake number 9, the disaster of the double seal. During an oil change, it's the small details that ruin the entire service. And one of the most common, and most treacherous, is the infamous double sealing ring. The scene is simple. You remove the old filter and the rubber ring quietly sticks to the engine block. In the rush, you install the new filter on top without realizing there are now 2 seals stacked. And the result? They don't seal anything. First, a few drops appear on the garage floor. Then, a puddle. If you keep driving like that, the engine loses pressure, loses lubrication, and enters real danger. The right way is fast. When removing the old filter, touch the mounting surface with your finger. If you feel a ring stuck there, remove it before installing the new one. It takes seconds, but ignoring it can be expensive. And if you think that's the only hidden trick, wait. Mistake number 8 often slips by even the most careful, draining the oil with the engine completely cold. It may seem harmless, but draining cold oil is a habit that reduces the efficiency of the change. Cold oil is dense, heavy, slow to flow. It clings to internal walls, and much of that dirty oil simply stays inside. When the plug is opened with the engine cold, lots of debris remains, mixing with the fresh oil right after. And then, what's the point of changing it? The correct procedure is simple. Let the engine run for about 5 minutes. You don't need to drive, just warm it slightly. With warm oil, everything flows better, literally. The dirt drains with it, and the change truly renews the system instead of just mixing old and new fluids. Many people skip this step to save time, but that only ensures the new oil starts contaminated. Warm it, drain it, and watch the difference in the color and flow of what comes out. Now, if you think that's obvious, the next mistake destroys engines in an instant. Number 7, the disaster of overfilling. This is one of the quietest and most destructive ways to damage an engine. Many people believe that a little extra oil means more protection. Reality is the opposite. When the level rises past the limit, the crankshaft begins whipping the excess oil, whipping everything into foam like a blender. And foamy oil doesn't lubricate. Then pistons and bearings start working nearly dry, even with the dipstick reading full. Then come wrong pressure readings, blown seals, leaks, and accelerated wear. All because of one silly detail. The safe approach is adding oil slowly, checking the dipstick between each addition. Keep it between the marks, never above. And note, the car must be on level ground. Any slope fakes the reading. It seems minor, but engines tolerate no margin of error. Too little oil is bad. Too much is worse. And since we're talking precision, here comes mistake number 6, which catches many drivers just when they think they're done. After the change, lots of people close everything, put the tools away, and consider the job finished. But skipping the final check can undo all the effort in seconds. As soon as you finish assembling, start the engine for a minute. Turn it off, wait a moment, and check the level again. The reason is simple. The new filter now joins the equation. Part of the oil you added fills it during the first circulation, and that lowers the real level. Without rechecking, you might drive with the engine underfilled without knowing. This step also reveals leaks that show up only with the engine running. If the plug is loose, if the filter didn't seat right, or if an extra ring stayed on the block, this is when the oil begins to tell on you. 2 minutes of attention prevent breakdowns, expenses, and even that embarrassment of watching the car get towed for an avoidable oversight. And if that still seems too simple, wait until you understand the next mistake. Number 5, the trap of the dry filter. Few people realize it. When you install a new filter, it's completely empty. Then you start the engine, and for a few seconds, the engine is thirsty for oil while the filter is still filling. This moment is called dry start. It won't kill the engine immediately, but repeat it year after year and you'll shorten its lifespan without ever noticing. The solution is practical. Before installing the filter, pour a little clean oil inside it. You don't need to fill it, just enough to moisten the filtering element. Then run a thin film of oil on the sealing rubber. This way, when the engine starts, pressure rises instantly, without that delay that punishes internal parts. Many people avoid this because it may drip a little on their hands, but that's a tiny inconvenience compared to the cost of a serious repair. And even following everything correctly, there's still a hidden, nearly invisible mistake, number 4, that ruins the whole job: the seal installed dry. The filter's sealing ring is the only barrier between the engine's hot oil and the garage floor. It's rubber, and rubber doesn't like dry friction. Installing the filter without lubricating the ring is asking for trouble. It can twist, bind, or even suffer microcracks when tightened. It might not leak immediately, but once the engine heats up, it starts dripping. The fix is so fast it's absurd to ignore. Dip your fingertip in clean oil and rub it on the ring. That thin film ensures it slides smoothly as it tightens and seats perfectly. And more, clean the block space well before installing. 1 grain of sand or old residue is enough to compromise sealing. And if you think the only risk lies in the filter, mistake number 3 shows that force applied in the wrong place can generate a huge loss: the infamous Hulk bolt. This mistake hurts just remembering how many engines it has ruined. Many people believe that the tighter, the better. So they grab the wrench, apply brute force to the oil pan plug, and think they did an excellent job. But what they really did was strip the threads with impressive speed. And from there on, it's nothing but headaches. Destroyed threads require expensive repair, sometimes even replacing the entire oil pan. The plug doesn't need extreme tightness. The sealing is done by the washer, not brute force. Over-tightening stretches the metal, cracks aluminum pans, and in worse cases, breaks the bolt. And just like that, an oil change that should be simple becomes a nightmare. The smart way to avoid this is abandoning brute force and using a torque wrench. Most plugs need something between 20 and 30 foot-pounds, nothing more. If you don't have the tool, take this rule for life: firm, not forced. Tighten until the bolt seats. Then give only a slight final twist, and stop. That's enough. If you've over-tightened in previous changes, watch for signs. Damaged threads may hold for a while, but they fail suddenly. If you see oil around the plug, don't ignore it. Fix it before it becomes an incident in the middle of the road. And if too much force is already a serious problem, the next mistake ruins everything in a different way: choosing the wrong oil. This mistake is devastating. Mistake number 2, the trap of the inadequate oil. Many people think oil is all the same. That belief has doomed more engines than many other blunders out there. Every engine was designed to operate with a specific viscosity: 5W30, 0W20, 5W40. It's not random. Thicker oil makes starts and circulation harder. Oil that's too thin loses thermal resistance and leaves internal parts unprotected. In modern engines, the margin of error is even smaller. Many were engineered to use fully synthetic oils, packed with additives calibrated for high pressures and microscopic clearances, especially in turbos. Using an oil that doesn't follow that recipe doesn't just reduce performance, it can even void warranties. The solution is hidden in that forgotten little book in the glove box, the owner's manual. There you'll find the exact viscosity grade and the type of oil recommended for your engine, whether synthetic, semi-synthetic, or conventional. And an extra warning: buy only from trusted stores. The market is full of counterfeit products circulating online. If a price seems too good to be true, it probably is. The bargain today becomes a loss tomorrow. Even choosing the right oil, there is still one mistake many ignore, and that's where irreversible damage begins. Mistake number 1, the denial of the dashboard. The biggest mistake after an oil change is ignoring the oil life monitor. Modern cars track temperature, engine load, and even how you drive. When the warning appears, it's not a guess, it's calculation. It's the car saying, "Time's up, change it now." But many people see the alert and treat it as a mere suggestion. That's as risky as ignoring a smoke alarm because you don't see flames yet. Keeping the car running like that is cooking the engine in degraded oil. And there's more. Several modern models record in the electronic system when oil changes are delayed. When it's time to sell the car, the buyer's scanner reveals the entire history, and the market value disappears with it. All because of one ignored warning. The fix? Respect the alert. Change the oil, reset the monitor correctly, and follow the maintenance cycle. Don't cheat the system. Don't postpone it. The dashboard isn't trying to bother you, it's trying to save your engine. And here comes the promised bonus. A habit almost everyone repeats without realizing the risk: driving off immediately after the change. When the engine starts, the fresh oil takes a few moments to circulate completely and pressurize the system. If you shift into gear and take off right away, several components are still running without proper lubrication in those first seconds. That ages the engine little by little, and every car feels that over time. Prevention is quick. After changing the oil, start the engine and let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds. That pause allows the filter to fill, internal passages to receive oil, and pressure to stabilize before any movement. It's a small break, but with massive impact on engine health. Your car thanks you, always. And that's it. 9 mistakes capable of compromising an engine before you even notice what happened. Which of these have you seen someone make? Leave it in the comments. Your experience may save others from costly damage. And if this video helped you, check out the next one, where we compare every major car brand on the market and reveal which ones truly deliver reliability. Thanks for watching. I'll meet you there.